Hey, what's going on guys? It's Bertrude. I hope you're all having an awesome day. Today we're using a brand new build that focuses on sucking the life out of our enemies, staying alive and doing some big damage. This is the vampire build. Let's start by taking a little look at our stats. We're a level 40 build with 38 Vigor, got 21 Strength, 25 Dex, and then 17 Arcane. It's not exactly fully optimised, we don't need that investment in Strength, but this is a respect build, so it just is what it is. In our flask, we're using the Dexterity knot for the 10 extra Dex, and we're using the Opaline Hard Tea for the damage negation. We are using the Source Seal on this one for the extra stats. We've got the Blessed Dew for the slight health regeneration, Millicent's Prosthesis for another 5 Dex, and then we're using the Crimson Amber Medallion plus 2 just for a bit more health to make us a bit more tanky. Our main weapon on the build is the Clinging Bone, then in our offhand we've got Morgott's Curse Sword. This is why we use the talismans to give us the extra boost into Dex, because this is quite a high Dex rating. Then finally on the build, our third weapon is a Lucerne Halberd. A really cool halberd that you often don't see being used, but it's still a really good weapon. There are 2 Ashes of War on the build that are important to give us that vampire theme. The first one being Lifesteal Fist on the Clinging Bone to steal health from our targets and do a bit of damage. Then secondly, on the Lucerne we've got Blood Tax for the same reason, steal health, regenerate our own health. Then finally we've got Morgott's Curse Sword, just for something with a big impact hit when we need it. And that's the build guys, it's all about keeping ourselves alive, stealing health, doing damage and having a lot of fun in the process. Anyway, you lot get your feet up, get yourselves a cup of tea, relax and enjoy the video. I'm going to start the video off against this duo, one of who is using the sword and board setup while the other is using the extremely rare and hardly ever seen Rivers of Blood. I've obviously got to watch out for him, but I'm not too worried because we do our own bleed build up ourselves. The Lucerne with Blood Tax is blood infused, and then we've got that deadly Morgott's Curse Sword which obviously does its own bleed build up as well. We get a nice blood clock on the summon there, and then we follow it up with a deadly Ash of War to the host, and that just shows how powerful the Morgott's Curse Sword can be. It's a good way to start the video, and it showcases what this build's all about. Next up we're heading to Castle Morn, and it takes me a minute to get my bearings. Not sure what I was doing here, I must have been scratching my nose, but we're in the game. Let's locate the players, see what's going on here, and let's get down to business. The main reason I love having Morgott's Curse Sword in the offhand is obviously for the quick access, but as we're moving around the map here you can see it on our back, it's on display, and I just think it looks absolutely awesome. It really suits the character of the build, and to be honest I think it is a weapon I could imagine a vampire using. I know vampires don't really need weapons, they've got the teeth and the unholy abilities, but I think if a vampire had a sword it would be Morgott's Curse Sword. The summon's in some big trouble here after a couple of big hits with the Curse Sword. We switch to the Lucerne, and one wide sweep, we get that blood clock, and that's a summon down. The host has been doing a great job of keeping his distance, getting off some attacks and avoiding my attacks here. You can see that I'm going for those pokes with the halberd, and he's doing a really good job of evading me, rolling away. I'm looking to catch him in an R1, and then I can follow it up with a wide sweep with the Morgoth's Curse Sword in the offhand and get a bit of a combination chain going. As you can see, I finally catch him and I get 4 solid combination hits with both weapons and we get the kill. Really good invasion. Our next invasion is up in Stormveil Castle, and you can see that someone's using the Blasphemous Blade. But I get off to the worst possible start. I get caught in 1 Ash of War for some big damage, and then they follow me through, keeping up that pressure, and that's 2 Ashes of War. The summon lands on me. You can see we drop down into the pit below and they follow me down, and he lines up the 3rd Ash of War here, and that's 3 Ashes of War I've been caught in. This is a shocking start to this invasion on my behalf. I really need to get on the front foot and get my act together. We go at him with a Clinging Bone, we catch him with a Lifesteal Fist, and hopefully this is where the tide turns in this invasion. And that's the summon taken care of. After an iffy start to this invasion, I pulled it together and I managed to take him out. I'm not sure what he was doing when he was trying to heal there, but I'll take advantage of it either way. And now it's just down to me and the host. And we land the blood tax for the kill on the host. Good lesson on that invasion. You know, you might get off to a bad start, it might not always go your way, but you've got to keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Pull yourself together and you can always get that win. And we've got a host here using the warp tax. Respect, I love the warp tax, it's one of my favourite weapons in the game. Anyone sword and boarding with the warp tax is good in my books. Let's just hope for a good invasion. Some interesting tactics on the host, trying to keep me busy with those gravity rock chunk explosion things. I'm not sure what they're called, but really cool build, really cool tactics. But I've got his summon weak. I'm just going to keep the pressure up here and we can get the kill on the summon and then focus on this host, who I do really respect. Love his playstyle, love the build, love the gravity chunks. Yeah, I like this host. Let's see what happens in the final moments of this invasion. And that's a GG's, that's a great build from that host and his summon. That was a good invasion, great fight all around. Yeah, that's what level 40 is all about. I got into this invasion not fully knowing what level this summon is. He's hit us with the Dragon Breath already and he's using the Ruin's Greatsword, so he's capable of putting out some big damage. But he's not the best player, it seems. You know, he's not avoiding my pressure too well. I'm putting some big damage on him already. You know, he's managed to get a heal off there, and I do have to respect that he can do some big damage on me. But I'm trying to just ignore the host for now and keep this pressure up on this summon, because I had a real feeling that I could take him out before we have to worry about the host. I am getting caught with the occasional hit from the host as I'm trying to pressure the summon, but he's not doing too much damage. So as I said, it's kind of okay for me to just ignore him for now and focus on the summon, because he's the one who I really have to worry about. He's the one who can kill me, he's the one who's putting out the big damage. So like I said, if I get rid of him, this invasion is going to be a lot simpler. And that's the summon done with one last big swing of the Morgoth's Curse Sword. It wasn't an easy one, we had to really watch out and respect his damage, but he's using a big slow weapon, so it's quite easy for us to dance around him, whittle him down slowly, and finally get the kill. I realised quite early on in this invasion that I've really got to be on my toes with these two. They're using two very fast, very good and powerful weapons, and the blended potential to just get caught in an absolute death machine here is very real. I've got to watch out, I've got to respect that they could kill me in one quick flurry between them. The stun capacity on this game now, especially with these small, quick, agile weapons, is definitely there. It's definitely something you've got to watch out for in these invasions. They might not seem too, too powerful initially, just off one hit, but like I say, if they catch you and they get you in the stun lock, it can be a game over very quickly. Another good example of how good blood tax is on the Lucerne for this build. It's helping us get the blood proc, we get the good kill, but it also gives us a bit of health back, so it's helping us stay alive. And that's what this vampire build's all about. Stealing health, staying alive, and doing big damage. We spawn into Caelid for this one, and we come across our first fat boy of the video. Our first full bull goat's monstrosity. Well, he's not got the helmet on, but he's still a fat boy monstrosity anyway. And he's fat rolling. Oh, it's just typical, isn't it, boys? If it's not a spammy spamson wizard, it's a fat rolling bull goat's monster. And just to batter things up, he pulls out the fingerprint shield. Can it get any more cliche than that? I've got to watch out for the bull goats here. He's using blood flame blade on his weapon with the prelate's charge, so he's basically a bleeding machine. If I get caught in a big charge off that, it could be game over. But I get an assist from one of the zombie boys. They suck the life out of him, and that's a fat boy done. It's your own fault. You should have got on that treadmill. You're too fat. You're fat rolling. Ah, bull goats, get away from me. Get in the bin. That bull goat's creature put me in a terrible mood, and I'm taking it out on the host. I'm determined to catch him in this lifesteal fist spam. I managed to catch him in a couple. You can see it doesn't do the biggest damage. Maybe if I was using the Shard of Alexander, we could get a bit more work done out of it, but it's a great Ash of War. It's a really fun one. It suits the build, and when you've got some frustrations to take out on a host after having to fight off his summon, like I just have, then it's a perfect Ash of War to use. Host, watch where you're going, watch your step, and he's gone. Now this was quite an interesting version where the odds were really stacked against me. This was the toughest one of the session. Let's watch it play out and see what happens. I'm putting some pressure on the horse, but I've got a feeling someone's behind me, and true to form, there's a summon running up the hill, but we get a nice turn and burn on him with the lifesteal fist. Again, not the biggest damage, but stylish as hell. I really thought this invasion was just a 2-on-1, but out of nowhere a third summon joins the fight. Now I'm in some big trouble. I've got 3 guys with 3 hard-hitting weapons, and I could get blended in the blink of an eye. I've got to be super careful here and really pick my moments when to attack. Out of these 3, I think I've got to focus on the guy with the dual daggers. I land blood tax on him, do some good damage. He's obviously not got the same kind of armour and defence as the other 2. So if I want to stand any chance of winning this invasion, I've got to try and take him out first. Don't know why he's not took his chance to heal. Maybe he's out of healing potions, maybe he's too caught up in the fight and he's forgot, but he charges in, leaves himself open for that attack, and I managed to take him out. At this point I was thinking I was well and truly back in the game and I could actually go on and win this tough invasion. I was looking quite good. I've got a few healing potions left, but the bad news is I just noticed that the summoner switched to the twin blades, and that's bad news. As you can see, we get caught in the blender. Let's have a look at that on an instant replay. It's just absolute devastation. The twin blades and a big heavy sword both swinging in my face is a recipe for disaster. And on this new patch, yeah. Oh, that was bad. That was unlucky. You know, it was a good invasion. We had our chance, but the twin blade switch really screwed us over. GG's, guys. It was a good fight either way. I spawn into this ongoing fight that's currently a 2-on-1, and I go straight for the Radan using the Bloodhound's Fang, typical kind of build that we, you know. Is it Kevin? It's Kevin, innit? Anyway, this fight was infuriating for the sole reason that my Co-invader was absolutely clueless to the fact that it was doing more damage to me than it was to these 2. Honest to God, my blood was absolutely boiling at this guy by the end of it. We will see as the invasion goes on how much of an absolute liability this guy truly was. He already hit me a couple of times earlier on in the invasion, but I give him the benefit of the doubt. But he's just hit me with a sweet 4-hit combo, and he's just blood clocked me. What an absolute dude. Oh, look at him. Look at, he's just determined, isn't he? Not even bothered. The guy's got one focus in his mind, and that's to kill the host. I'm not going to lie, the thought did cross my mind just to kill him and get rid of him, but, you know, that's not what we're about. He could have been a new player. And he's doing a good job, he's keeping the pressure up, although he is doing a bit of damage to me, it's not too substantial. So we get the kill on the host, and then I hit him with the Margaret's Curse Sword, just for good measure, just to get a bit of my own back on him. And this is the last invasion of the video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. This build has been an absolute blast. I've had a great time putting this build together, putting this video together, but now it's on to the next one. Guys, if you're not subscribed and you like the content, you like what you're watching, maybe consider subscribing. We're getting so close to that 1k sub mark. We're getting closer and closer every day. Last big push and we can actually do it. It's going to be unbelievable. Anyway, guys, I hope you've had a good time. As I said, look after yourselves, look after each other. Enjoy the rest of your week, whatever you're doing. Take it easy, and I'll see you next time.